Today on Talking Democracy, I welcome Kassidy Knowles, Thursday news anchor on KFHS News and technical director here on Talking Democracy. Kassidy's in her fourth year at Fort Hays State University and will graduate in May with her degree in media studies. The informatics department offers hands-on learning through the television and radio stations, as well as internships and student organizations. Today we're discussing the role of student media in a democracy on Talking Democracy. Thank you for joining us on Talking Democracy. I'm your host, Mark Bannister, and today we have Kassidy Knowles, a student here from Fort Hays State University who's been very involved in student media in her 4 years on the Fort Hays State University campus. Kassidy, we want to discuss what is the role of student media in a democracy?
Well, I think student media has a big role in no matter what is going on in the world, but especially in democracy. I think that a lot of people forget that the students, 20 to 30-year-olds, even 18 to 25-year-olds, have a huge impact on democracy. And knowing that the student, especially here at Fort Hays, knowing that student media is able to broadcast democracy, and a lot of people are able to know the fundamentals of democracy, is a great way, both in electoral democracy when we elect officials and stuff, but as well, it's nice to know that in democracy, with political communication and other aspects of that students know what they're doing.
Now in this program we bring on a number of politicians, people representing specific issues to get different sides of issues and such. What other types of programming do we have here on KFHS that really helps to, I guess, focus on democracy and the democratic process?
Well, one of the biggest ones that we have is, of course, SGA Live. One of the things that I like to brag about here at Fort Hays is that we actually have a lot of live productions. Even CNN, a lot of times they're kind of apprehensive to do live campaign speeches or anything like that, or even, C-SPAN is the only thing that you actually see that's a live broadcast of the actual democracy going on. So I think that what we do here at SGA Live is something that is really cool here at Fort Hays. As well as it gives people an opportunity to do a live show. I know that I actually had some experience doing reporting, having a live kind of one of those on location kind of things. So that was pretty cool. But I think SGA Live and SGA as well, it kind of turns the table for us. They give us some great exposure and we give them great exposure, and it's a great thing here.
And so SGA Live is a gavel-to-gavel coverage of the student government meetings all year long.
Yes, and it doesn't matter what's going on. The biggest rate, it's actually one of our highest rated shows, especially the SGA allocations when all the organizations get, when they decide how much money goes to allocating each organization, which is kind of funny for us because as KFHS, we're there recording them, and they're kind of making decisions as we're there. That to me, I always have the greatest respect for the student government presidents and senators. Just the fact that in front of all of us there, they have to kind of say, look, we're giving this much money, this is why. They're
dividing up, what, about $400,000?
Yeah, each year.
Real
and
money.
I think, yeah, it's real money, and I think a lot of people get really upset about it, I know, as well as we at KFHS and the University Leader as well. Always broadcast it and try and do the news story as well as we can. But it is unfortunate a lot of times I know last year there were 4 or 5 that didn't even get anything funded, and I sat there and watched people go up to the mic one by one and basically beg for money and say this is what we need. And a lot of programs got cut and a lot of them aren't getting what they want, but that's democracy. It's not something that we have control over every day.
And so you saw the exposure, so you saw the emotions, the arguments, the deliberations.
Yeah, and I think SGA does a really good thing of that as well with the senators and the This is the only time I didn't actually, Stuco in high school isn't isn't
A little different.
SGA.
No,
Yeah,
it's
it's
not.
a little different. But I think being around SGA, especially as a media professional, it's nice to see how democracy actually works on a local scale. I actually, one time where my hometown of Salina, went to a city government meeting, and that was the first time that I even saw what democracy was, and it just kind of went over my head.
At a grassroots level.
And I'm a huge political junkie, but when I was there, it's just a completely different thing. And I think the way that we broadcast SGA is a good way to tell Fort Hays students who maybe aren't so politically savvy just how well it works.
We're going to go to a break, and we'll be back. Earpieces.
Think before you drink. Around 3,000 drunk driving fatalities happen in the U.S. every year. Act responsibly and make sure you have a sober driver or call Safe Ride. Your life and the lives of others depends on it. So next time you decide to drink, think twice before grabbing those keys.
Hey, who wants to go to the bars?
Don't be the next statistic. Even this is better than drinking and driving.
Hey, we're going to 11th, man. Come on.
Euthanization has decreased 22% since the 1970s. However, approximately 6 to 8 million dogs and cats are put in animal shelters each year, with 3 to 4 million of those being euthanized. Today's average animal shelter contains over 25% of dogs that are purebreds. Most pets come to find themselves in shelters for a variety of reasons: family tragedies, unlucky circumstances, or irresponsible owners. It is only with help from people like you that we can help prevent the overpopulation problem. Adopt a pet from your local humane society. Even if you can't adopt a pet, contact your local animal shelter and find a way to get involved. Volunteers are always needed. Please be a responsible pet owner. Save a life. Add some joy to your own world.
Stress, you get some every day. Your rent's due. Dealing with who knows what at your job. Not enough sleep. Going to class. Too much homework. You're getting lousy grades. You might even lose your scholarship. Your family is pestering you. Your girlfriend wanting to know why you don't spend time with her. If stress is making you feel angry, upset, or depressed, call the Kelly Center at 628-4401. Let us help.